Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, we are going to have a look at FastCuRL 1.5 billion parameter model that has been fine-tuned by using a new approach called as FastCuRL. I believe model is important, but this approach behind this model is equally important. So I'm going to spend bit of a time on this approach in very simple words before I show you the installation and we see how this slow thinking reasoning model works. So when we say fast curl, it is standing for fast curriculum reinforcement learning, which is a training approach that has been designed to improve language models' reasoning abilities efficiently. Many reasoning tasks, particularly those requiring detailed step by step thinking or chain of thought, require the model to reason through very long explanations, and we have seen it in heaps of videos while covering all the reasoning models, including DeepSeek R1. Training a model directly at full length reasoning task is very costly and inefficient even for smaller models, and we saw that when we were fine tuning some of the models by using unsloth and grpo. FastCurl tries to solve this problem. The way it does is quite interesting. It uses two key ideas. First one is curriculum based data segmentation, and the second idea is progressive context window extension. Curriculum based data segmentation is very exciting. First, the data set is separated into different difficulty levels based on how long the prompt and answers are. Shorter or easier examples are tackled first, medium length cases next, and the more challenging, lengthy reasoning problems at the last. Then comes progressive context window extension, because training doesn't immediately start with the longest context. Instead, fast curl starts with the shorter reasoning contexts and gradually extends the context length as the model improves. The model learns first to reason effectively with shorter context, then incrementally learns to handle longer and longer reasoning tasks. By doing this, the model progressively becomes capable of handling very complicated, long step reasoning problems without wasting resources early on. And that is why I think this might be a new big thing very, very soon. Anyway, let's check out this FastCuRL 1.5 billion preview model, which has been fine-tuned by using this approach, and it is available on Hugging Face. By the way, we are going to install it locally and we will test it out. Before that, let me also give a huge shout out to Mast Compute, who are sponsoring this VM and this GPU NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. Let me start by creating a virtual environment with Conda. And if you're also looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, you can find the link to their website in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. Next up, let's install Torch Audio and some other stuff from the root. And meanwhile, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Camel AI. Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws of agents, with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation, and I will also drop the link to their website in video's description. After the torch stuff, we need to install the VLLM, and I'm just simply installing it through pip. And VLLM is installed. Next up, let's download the model and serve it by using this VLLM serve command, and I'm just specifying the repo from Hugging Face for this model as it is here. Okay, so let me run this. And the model is being downloaded, as you can see, and if I just quickly take you above, it has already detected my platform, which is CUDA, and also the VLLM's latest API. And it is downloading the model, so this is just, I guess, around just over 7 gig of size. So let's wait for it to get downloaded. And there you go. So the model is loaded and our VLLM engine is now running. For the GUI, I'm just going to install text generation web UI or Uba. So I'm just going to use the same Conda environment. I'm git cloning the repo of Uba, and I'm then going to install all the requirements. So let's wait. And the Uba is installed. Now, in order to launch it with existing VLLM engine, serving engine, we can simply launch this. This is going to not only start this Uba, but also it is going to use the VLLM serving engine. So the model is loaded. Let me now access it in our localhost at port 7860, which is the Uba's graphical user interface. Very simple, no frills. Normally it gets loaded automatically, but if it doesn't, just go to model on the left hand side and then click on this load button, and then on the right hand side it should show you that the model is loaded. Let's go back to the chat and then we can start talking about it. And as the model is loaded, let me quickly show you the VRAM consumption. So it is just consuming around 3.869 gig of VRAM. Okay, 3.9 gig of VRAM, I would say. Okay, so let's close it and let's talk. So I've just asked hello there, and it is telling me that okay, fine. Let's talk this with this model. It says the weather at my end is clear, so it is thinking and then it is responding. There you go. The AI responded by confirming the clear weather at the user's location. Okay, what's my location? Okay, so its location is Tokyo, Japan. Interesting. And now let's try it out on some of the benchmarks when it comes to the thinking. So what we are looking for here is a slow thinking process. That does the model provide detailed step-by-step explanation, or is it consistently able to produce coherent reasoning over long steps like 5+ logical steps, something like that, and if the intermediate steps are logical and correct or not. So let's see if it can do the structured clear reasoning. The prompt is that reason carefully step by step. There are 5 houses on a street. The Englishman lives in a red house. The Spaniard owns a dog. Coffee is drunk in the greenhouse. The Ukrainian drinks tea. The greenhouse is directly to the right of the Ivory house. The old gold smoker owns snails. Cools are smoked in the yellow house. Milk is drunk in the middle house. The Norwegian lives in the first house. And then all that stuff. Let's generate. You see, the reasoning looks quite good to me. It is summarizing the clues. That is quite interesting. It has understood the whole context. And then it is mapping each person to their house. There you go. That it has even generated a table with proper cues and clues. And then it is doing the clear mapping. Look at the thinking process. Very coherent, very natural, and it is really improved in terms of curated training, and seems logically valid intermediate steps. You see all the points are going, and then I don't see many mistakes here, to be honest. I think this is quite good, and I will just let it run so that you could also see how exactly it is performing in terms of reasoning, because for these reasoning models I am more interested in the reasoning steps rather than the final answer, because most of these models get it right, but the way they get it, it is quite important. There you go, see. So it is just going around trying to understand the whole context, chain of thought. Now it is on to the attributes. It's all running local. No API calls are consumed here for input or output tokens. There you go. Now it is going about the alternate stuff. And then step-by-step approach. Really good stuff. Let's wait for it to produce the answer. The thinking is really slow and calculated and meticulous. You see, it is self-reflecting on the answers. And after a stunning effort on reasoning, it has given me the wrong answer, because the correct answer is the Norwegian, not this one. Anyway, let's try another question, so which is even harder. So I'll just let you read this. So I'm just asking you to reason carefully, step by step, and avoid unnecessary repetition, because that is what I really don't like about these models. So primarily it is just a scenario where they are having some different fruits, and then who is having what. So let's see. So it's a harder one than the previous one, so let's see how it goes about it. I will show you a bit of a reasoning, and then we will check out the last response. So I'll just let it run for a few more seconds, and then just look at how curatedly okay, it's already done. So okay, so you know what happened here? That's my fault, not the model fault. I just used the same chat. My apologies. I'll just use a new chat and start with a fresh context. Hopefully this should work now. There you go. You see, now it is just going with all the clues and cues, and then hopefully going to produce the answer. So it's the same way. It is understanding the context, the whole situation, and then it is going to reason through it. It is going to self-reflect, going step of thought, and then it will give us the final answer. So let's wait for the final answer here. But sorry, and one more thing, just look here how cleverly it has abbreviated the stuff in order to make reasoning easier. And the model is really burning the midnight oil. It has already spent like 10 minutes and it's still going about its reasoning. Okay, so the final answer is here. Let's compare if this answer is correct. So Alice has orange, yes, correct. Bob has banana, that is wrong. Carol has grape, that is no. Carol has apple, and David has banana. So I believe one is correct, the rest are wrong, and I have checked the answer with both ChatGPT and Llama and also DeepSeek R1. Um, all those three gave me correct answer. This one is not correct. Anyway, so the answers are not correct, but the reasoning is quite nice. Anyway, so I believe the real deal is this FastCuRL. I hope that this catches on, because this slow thinking is really cool, especially when they say that it requires just 50% of the training steps. Anyway, let me know what do you think, because you are the best judge. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.